I'll come to the party, but I'm not dressing up.
You have to.
No way. Look, Halloween is so stupid. Dressing up and pretending to be someone you're not.
You're an actor.
The 90s were never brighter than when Friends hit Thursday nights, redefining sitcom culture forever. But behind the Central Perk couches and giant coffee cups, the show hid some wild and strange moments. Start your nostalgia engines as we count down the 15 weirdest facts even die-hard fans might have missed. Number 1. The cast's salary deal changed TV forever. Let's go back to the early 2000s, when Thursday nights belonged to Friends and the coffee at Central Perk never cooled. By seasons 9 and 10, the 6 stars, Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, Matthew Perry, and David Schwimmer, pulled off something unheard of in network television. They united behind closed doors, negotiating as a group and demanding $1 million per episode each. This level of solidarity wasn't just about bigger paychecks. It shattered industry norms and set a precedent for ensemble casts everywhere. Before Friends, such parity was rare. Lead actors often eclipsed their co-stars in earnings and clout. But this deal, inked at NBC in 2002, made headlines, forever changing how casts of hit shows approached their contracts. Suddenly, your favorite TV friends mirrored real friends, not only sharing scenes, but also sticking together behind the scenes. That spirit of unity became part of the show's legacy, reminding us that sometimes the business of TV can be almost as dramatic as what unfolds on screen. Stick around, there's plenty more caffeine-fueled history ahead. Number 2. Matthew Perry wrote some of Chandler's best jokes, a flicker of sarcasm, a perfectly timed eye roll. Chandler Bing was television's king of snark. But what a lot of fans never realized is just how much Matthew Perry shaped that signature wit. Perry was more than an actor delivering his lines on Friends. He often rewrote his own punchlines, bringing Chandler's one-liners to life with spontaneous, razor-sharp comedy. Cast and crew have said that Perry's off-the-cuff humor became vital to the show's charm, especially after the series premiered in 1994 on NBC. Scripts would roll in, but it was Perry who would tinker with the jokes, swapping a flat punchline for something biting, always true to Chandler's voice. He wasn't just reciting, he was inventing the character along with the writers, episode after episode, shaping the rhythm of Friends as much as anyone. Chandler's sarcasm became a comfort for millions, because Perry put so much of himself into every joke, raising the bar for sitcom quips everywhere. The next time you hear someone drop that iconic drawn-out, "Could this be any more?" No, that's classic Matthew Perry, pure and simple. Number 3. Smelly Cat. Almost wasn't Phoebe's song. Can you picture anyone but Phoebe strumming her guitar at Central Perk, belting out the off-key anthem, Smelly Cat? In the early days of Friends back in 1994, the writers considered handing the tune off to another character just for a laugh. But it was Lisa Kudrow's perfectly quirky delivery that transformed Smelly Cat from a forgettable gag into a sitcom legend. Kudrow's unique blend of sincerity and eccentricity turned the song into an emblem of Phoebe's lovable weirdness. Its wonky lyrics, gentle chords, and her sly smile made Smelly Cat a fan-favorite episode after episode. Decades later, the song's chorus echoes at reunions, conventions, and even karaoke nights, where fans of every age shout the melody with delight. The legacy lives on, reminding us that sometimes the most unexpected moments become the heart of a classic. Next up, we'll dive deeper into the stories that made Friends an enduring obsession. Number 4. Gunther had barely any lines on purpose. Inside Central Perk's bustling coffeehouse, Gunther was always there, silent, stoic, and just a little bit mysterious. James Michael Tyler first landed the background role in 1994, simply because he was the only extra who could work an actual espresso machine. The producers didn't intend for Gunther to say much. His presence was meant to be in the background, not the spotlight. Yet his wordless reactions and deadpan stares became a running joke among the cast and fans alike. Writers slowly realized that his unique brand of charm came not from witty punchlines, but from lingering glances and that signature bleach blonde hair. Instead of rambling monologues, Gunther's best moments were delivered in a single, awkward line or one unforgettable sigh. Eventually, as more episodes rolled by, the audience grew to anticipate his rare, perfectly timed interjections. Sometimes it's the quietest character who leaves the biggest impression. Just ask anyone who still orders a coffee hoping to spot Gunther in the corner. And so, with each muted scene, Friends proved that silence really can speak volumes. Number 5. The twin stand-ins were everywhere. Sometimes surprises on Friends didn't come from the script, but from who you saw twice in the same scene. When Lisa Kudrow portrayed both Phoebe Buffay and her twin Ursula, first seen on Mad About You, it called for some television trickery. Body doubles would slip into twin roles, their faces carefully shielded or blurred by tricky camera work. Sometimes eagle-eyed fans caught glimpses of a Monica or Rachel stand-in just on the edge of the frame, an unmistakable cue that filmed TV magic ran on a tight schedule. In that now legendary Season 3 episode where Phoebe confronts Ursula at the restaurant, a split-screen scene required two actresses seamlessly trading costumes and places. These quirks became cult trivia, symbols of late-night marathon rewatches and freeze-frame analyses on humble VHS tapes. It reminds us that behind even the most polished sitcoms, a bit of smoke and mirrors kept those Central Perk storylines humming. Next time you rewatch an old Friends episode from 1997, keep your eyes peeled. Sometimes the oddest secrets were just off stage. Let's pause for a second. Have you ever spotted an extra or stand-in lurking in the background of your favorite sitcoms? Share your funniest or most unexpected TV blooper memories in the comments below. Which Friends moment made you do a double take? Number 6. Jennifer Aniston almost quit before Season 2. Imagine Friends without Rachel. In the charged run-up to the fall of 1994, Jennifer Aniston found her career at a crossroads. Right before NBC locked in the iconic Friends cast, Aniston had also landed a starring role in a pilot called Muddling Through on CBS. The network suits at NBC sweated as schedules overlapped. If CBS had picked up Muddling Through for a full season, Aniston's role as Rachel Green would have vanished before viewers ever heard a single "How you doing?" It was pure timeline luck. Muddling Through fizzled after just a handful of episodes, freeing Aniston to stay with Friends. Fans got to see all 6 original cast members build chemistry, episode by episode. It's electric to realize that something as small as a pilot season schedule could have shifted TV history. So next time you watch Rachel serve coffee at Central Perk, remember the narrow alley of fate that kept this beloved six-pack together. Onward, we stroll deeper into the surprising stories behind the phenomenon. Number 7. The apartment never had a full bathroom. Picture it now. Monica and Rachel's purple-walled apartment, the epicenter of every group hangout and late-night confession. Yet, hiding in plain sight was a puzzling flaw. If you ever scanned those episodes closely, you'd notice the full bathroom was nearly invisible. In the early days of Friends, starting back in 1994, the production team chose to forego a fully built bathroom set for one simple reason: space. Every square inch on a studio lot counts, and big New York apartments are a TV fantasy, not a reality. Whenever the script called for a bathroom, a clever camera angle or a strategically closed door filled in the blanks, keeping the illusion alive. Only on rare occasions did viewers catch a glimpse of the elusive bathroom tucked past Monica's bedroom. It's a filmmaking sleight of hand that saved budget and headaches, all while leaving a million fans guessing about where those 6 friends actually brushed their teeth. Sometimes the magic of television is found in what you never see, and the gaps your imagination gleefully fills in. Next, we reveal how another classic sitcom bent the rules of its own reality. Number 8. Marcel the Monkey was hard to work with. The set of Friends brimmed with laughter and chaos, thanks to one furry wildcard, Marcel, Ross's unforgettable Capuchin companion. Behind the scenes, Marcel was actually played by 2 clever monkeys, named Katie and Monkey, who each had a flair for stealing the show, and sometimes the spotlight. Friendly as they looked on screen, in real life they created a storm of unpredictable antics. Cast members recalled missed cues, snack plundering, and reshoots ruined by spontaneous monkey business. Scheduling became a nightmare, and stories emerged of Marcel biting buttons off costumes and darting between props, leaving everyone scrambling to keep up. After a string of disruptions during Season 1, the writers finally waved goodbye to Marcel, writing him off to a wildlife career in Season 2. It was a bittersweet send-off in 1995, but necessary for the smooth running of Central Perk. Yet for a brief time, the world watched Ross dodge chaos with a smirk, and nobody forgot the sweetness or the mayhem brought by television's most unpredictable primate. Next up, let's turn our gaze back to the humans who made Friends the legend it became. Number 9. Chandler's gay panic was a writer's gag. There's a familiar twinge every time you hear another character guess at Chandler Bing's orientation, volleying that signature joke across a Central Perk couch. What most fans never realized, those early Chandler is gay bits actually had roots in a very real place. One of Friends' co-creators, David Crane, admitted insisted that those lines came from his own life, echoing the times people misread his quirks for clues. The inside joke became a recurring beat, not to poke fun or insult, but as a playful, tongue-in-cheek wink from the writer's room to the audience. Early script notes from the 1994 debut show how carefully they handled it, never letting the gag slip into cruelty. Instead, Matthew Perry's Chandler played it with both exasperation and warmth, adding depth to a character who already felt so relatable. Even growing up in the 90s, you didn't have to get every joke to catch Chandler's anxious charm. It's that tightrope between personal and public, playful and pointed, that turned a running gag into something that still sparks conversation decades later and leaves you wondering what else they slipped between the punchlines. Number 10. Monica's apartment number changed. The first time we peeked inside Monica Geller's sunlit sanctuary, a tiny black number 5 marked the lavender door. But longtime Friends fans know the set designers hit a snag. In New York, apartment 5 would be ground level or just above, the opposite of Monica's sweeping fifth-floor views. Midway through season 1, word quietly spread through the crew. Set dressers peeled off that little 5 and replaced it with a fresh, gleaming number 20. The change is so subtle, many missed it entirely until much later. But for sharp-eyed viewers, it's more than a random detail. It's a testament to the kind of lived-in authenticity that kept the show feeling right. Friends premiered in 1994, and thanks to details like this, even a sitcom could transport you to a perfectly imperfect New York. Sometimes the smallest choices are the ones that keep a fantasy world feeling real. Up the narrow, noisy staircase, Monica's door, whether 5 or 20, always seemed to promise something surprising on the other side. Number 11. Phoebe's triplet pregnancy mirrored real life. When Phoebe Buffay agreed to carry triplets for her brother on Friends, the story felt so off the wall it could only happen on TV. But here's the wild part. Lisa Kudrow, the actress behind Phoebe, was actually pregnant while filming season 4. Instead of hiding her growing baby bump with oversized coats and lamp strategically placed props, the writers leaned straight into reality. They wrote Phoebe's surreal surrogacy arc, seamlessly blending Kudrow's real-life news with peak sitcom zaniness. The result gave fans unforgettable moments, like Phoebe serenading her unborn little fetus and the crew squeezing into a hospital room crammed with Chandler jokes and anxious relatives. In 1998, those episodes stood out as some of the series' most heartfelt and hilariously weird. The storyline not only solved a logistical headache, but also gifted Phoebe some of the show's most touching scenes. For every rerun viewer, those neon hospital walls hint at just how perfectly real life can color in classic TV fantasy. Next time you watch, listen closely for the laughter. Sometimes it's a little closer to home than you think. Number 12. The orange couch was found in a basement. Who could forget that oversized orange couch? Central Perk wouldn't have felt half as cozy without it. But here's the real kicker. The instantly recognizable couch wasn't designed or commissioned for Friends at all. In 1994, as set designers started piecing together New York's most iconic coffeehouse, they stumbled upon the couch languishing among forgotten furniture in the Warner Brothers studio basement. Its burnished orange hue and vintage curves radiated an easygoing warmth, an accidental gem that turned into the soul of the set. Week after week, Ross, Rachel, Monica, Chandler, Joey, and Phoebe would plop down, coffees in hand, practically inviting you to join their circle. The couch's quirky, offbeat vibe fit the cast's friendship perfectly. It became a silent seventh friend, always there for those big moments or casual hangouts. It's amazing what a little serendipity and a lot of dust can spark. Sometimes the most unforgettable details are simply waiting to be rediscovered, just beneath our feet.
There you go, enjoy your coffee.
That was there when I got here.
Up next, let's peek behind another legendary TV mystery. Number 13. The Magna Doodle Secret Messages. Few sitcom props became as quietly iconic as the Magna Doodle leaning on the back of Joey and Chandler's door in Friends. Across the show's 10 seasons, this magnetic message board was a silent co-star, never front and center, yet always waiting to deliver a secret laugh. Crew members were in on the joke, scrawling fresh doodles, math problems, or bizarre messages for each new episode. Fans tuned in from 1994 all the way to that final 2004 episode, squinting at their screens to decode the ever-changing scribbles. Sometimes the doodles would nod to plot lines, wink at the audience, or post birthday greetings for actors like Matt LeBlanc. Even episode directors couldn't resist sneaking in shout-outs or their own inside jokes. The hidden touch brought another layer of connection, a behind-the-scenes handshake for sharp-eyed viewers. Decades later, those random Magna Doodle moments spark a warm sense of discovery. Blink, and you'll miss it. But for devoted fans, it's proof that every inch of that apartment had a story to tell.
Never mind.
You mean you didn't get it from this?
Number 14. The cast's last names changed after season 1. Coffee cups clinked and laughter echoed through Central Perk. But if you peek at the earliest scripts, you'll notice something odd. Some of those iconic last names weren't set in stone just yet. In the very first drafts of Friends, Monica was always Geller, but Rachel was simply Green, and Joey went by Joseph, with no Tribbiani in sight. The show's writers, aiming for names that rolled off the tongue and fit each character perfectly, tinkered with those surnames as the pilot took shape in 1994. They believed that authentic names pulled viewers deeper into the lives of their quirky Manhattan neighbors. The moment Tribbiani appeared, so did a layer of New York charm and lovable bluster. It's a tiny change, but it shaped the rhythm of every joke and every heartfelt goodbye on the famous orange couch. With the pilot cast finally complete, Friends found its unforgettable cadence, and the rest is TV nostalgia. Now, does your last name have a sitcom ring to it? Number 15. The opening fountain wasn't really Central Park. You can picture it immediately. 6 friends dancing, splashing, and laughing around a glowing fountain as giant umbrellas twirl. For years, die-hard fans insisted this bit of magic sparkled somewhere in the heart of New York City, maybe Central Park. But the truth? Those unforgettable opening seconds of Friends were shot on a Warner Brothers backlot in Burbank, California. The fountain itself isn't tucked behind a city row of brownstones or hidden near Columbus Circle. It's just off Olive Avenue, a world away from any Manhattan landmark. When directors rolled cameras on that now legendary sequence in 1994, the set had to conjure up the spirit of New York out of palm trees and painted sound stages. Yet somehow, with flickering streetlights and a single timeless tune, they wove together both illusion and comfort. Fans still visit, snapping photos at the Warner Brothers studio tour and marveling at how TV magic can reshape geography and memory alike. Sometimes the place you remember was never really there at all. And with that, we head for our next surprising backstage secret. Let's pause for a second. Which sitcom set or TV hangout felt the most real to you growing up? Ever wish you could visit a place you only saw on your screen? Share your TV dream destinations below.